Hi guys, Arbitrage here, and thanks for tuning into the channel. Today I want to tell you about my journey to edge betting, the impact it's had on my life, and how I turned a $2,000 investment into more than $100,000 profit, utilizing a mathematical approach to sports betting that most people have never heard of. If you watched my first video, you saw exactly how I turned an initial $2,000 into over $40,000 in just 120 days utilizing arbitrage. But what I didn't share was the personal story behind why this discovery was so life-changing for me. Today, I want to pull back the curtain a little bit and show you not just the numbers, but the journey that led me here. So I'm going to take you back to October of 2024. I just retired from the Navy after 24 years of service. And you might think retirement sounds great, and don't get me wrong, because I'm super grateful for my service and what it's provided me. But the transition was one of the most stressful periods of my life. That's because for over 2 decades, I had structure and purpose and a clear mission. And suddenly that was taken away. I'm facing a civilian world with no clear direction. And the stress was eating at me a little bit. I was questioning things like my skill set, my value in the civilian workforce, and a little bit of stress about how I was going to provide for my family. Now, the traditional path seemed to be finding another 9-to-5 job and trading one form of structure for another. But after 24 years of military discipline and rigid schedules, the thought of jumping into another system where someone else was controlling my time and earning potential felt suffocating. I needed something different. I was in search for control over my own destiny. Enter fate in a sense, because after a random text from a good friend, I discovered arbitrage betting. And that led me to OddsJam. And I want to be crystal clear about this. You're not gambling. This is about mathematics. This is about using data and precision to find guaranteed profit opportunities in one of the world's most inefficient markets. You're only utilizing the sports market as a medium to utilize basic day trading strategies. Let me explain exactly what arbitrage betting is, because most people have never heard of it. According to Harvard Business School, arbitrage is an investment strategy that involves simultaneous buying and selling of an asset in different markets to capitalize on price discrepancies and to earn a profit. And again, the sports market is the definition of an inefficient market, which makes it perfect for this approach. Here's how it works. You're essentially buying an asset through 2 bets with equal but opposite outcomes, guaranteeing profit regardless of the result. The return on investment typically ranges between 2 and 10% on any given opportunity. And when you make these investments in volume and add the daily compounding effect of your profit, the results can be eye-opening, to say the least. Let me give you an example. Let's say I find the Celtics money line at -110 on one book and the Lakers at +140 on another book for the same game. When the positive number is larger than the negative number, that signals an arbitrage opportunity. The larger the gap in the odds discrepancy, the more profit there is to be made. Now, utilizing OddsJam's calculator, I might bet $200 on the Celtics for a $382 payout and $160 on the Lakers for a $384 payout. Just a reminder here, you don't want to use bet amounts like $159 if you can help it. You want to round bet sizes to the nearest 0 or 5 because it'll make you seem more like a square bettor in the books. Now, no matter who wins, I profit $22 to $24 for about 30 to 45 seconds of work. Here are a few of the top reasons arbitrage betting is essential for any bettor, especially new ones. You're looking for guaranteed profit. Remember, you're not betting on who wins, you're locking in a profit regardless of the outcome by exploiting price differences between sports markets. You don't need years of knowledge. Although having knowledge of the sports market will help you in navigating and understanding the odds, you don't need to know sports or follow a team. It's a numbers game, not a fan club. Arbitrage presents a fast, scalable cash flow. Small profits stack up fast, and once you understand the system, you can scale from $10 a day to $100 a day based on your bankroll and the time you want to put in. This type of system teaches discipline and bankroll management. It trains the right habits early: patience, volume, and sticking to profitable systems instead of chasing losses as most normal bettors would do. And lastly, a tip I wish I had listened to early in my own edge betting journey: arbitrage builds your bankroll for positive expected value or plus EV betting. Arbing is a great foundation, and many bettors use it to build their own initial bankroll and then move to plus EV betting for long-term growth. That's what I want to talk about next: my research and implementation of plus EV betting. Plus EV betting is about finding lines with better payouts than the true odds suggest. It's not about guaranteed profit like arbitrage, and it's important to understand that. It's about getting mathematical edges that pay off over time. Now, due to the variance you can experience when employing the plus EV strategy, it's important you understand bankroll management and you can set your OddsJam filters accordingly. You can simply tell OddsJam how much your current bankroll is and use methods like the Kelly criterion, which is a mathematical formula that helps determine how much to invest in a given asset, and in this case, how much to wager on a sports bet. One of the biggest assets to your edge betting journey will be your ability to network. And what I love about this space is that many of the other pros are willing to share basic information that is proven to be profitable. I've stayed humble on all fronts and made life-changing connections with folks like the Arb Father and Arb Thief, who've now become two good friends of mine. Together, we've even started a podcast called Beyond the Odds, which I strongly recommend you check out because we've given out priceless information that can have a significant effect on your betting career. Here's what I learned that changed the plus EV game for me, and it's about reading the market as a whole. You can't blindly take whatever pops up on the screen. You need to verify that you're actually getting positive expected value. The key is using sharp books liquidity to define true plus EV. Books like Pinnacle, Bookmaker, BetOnline, and Circa, these are sharp books that welcome professional action. When I see a plus EV opportunity, I check what these books are offering and how much money they're willing to take. If I see Pinnacle taking $5,000 on a prop or $20,000 on a main line, that tells me they're very confident in their pricing. If I'm getting a 4% edge against that line and they're taking serious money, that's real value backed by math. And the pro tip that really elevated my results: don't rely solely on plus EV label. Check live odds on the sharp books I just mentioned, and if 3 out of the 4 sharp books align and your selected book is the outlier, that's when you attack aggressively. The combination of arbitrage and plus EV betting produced incredible results. And I want to go over my monthly results and talk about the evolution of my edge betting journey. October of 24 was my launch. Still very much a learning phase. I focused solely on pre-match arbitrage and bonus conversions, and I was able to profit $2,011. In November, I remained focused on pre-match, but with a larger bankroll and more experience in the market, I was able to profit $6,091, and this is due to the simple fact that the more money you put into the market, the more profit you're gonna make. Okay, strap in, because December is when I implemented live arbitrage, and my profits soared to $14,388. Now, my first video covers live arbitrage in great detail, so don't forget to take a look, and I'll provide a link in the details below. I define January as hitting my stride, earning $17,254 in profit, and the implementation of global sportsbooks such as Bovada, BetOnline, Bookmaker, MyBookie, and Bet105 only increased my opportunity to earn. Now, February was a punch in the face due to limits, which is a reality all edge bettors will eventually experience. While in the process of building partnerships that would help me gain access to fresh limits, I was still able to profit $6,088, and this is largely due to the implementation of plus EV betting. And like I stated before, plus EV is a natural progression for most arbitrage bettors as both their bankroll grows and limits take effect. Now let's get into March, and what I may consider for some time to come the pinnacle of what I can comfortably achieve in this business. Due to the discovery of the props builder edge and fresh limits on my accounts, I earned an insane $31,445. The edge I use is directly tied to NBA live betting, and you can find all the details in episode 8 of our podcast linked above or in the description below. April was more of the same. I earned $19,815, remaining consistently profitable utilizing live arbitrage and plus EV betting. And lastly, May is significant in the fact that I earned $10,455 in a market that had slowed significantly due to the end of NBA and NHL regular seasons. This profit largely based on the growth of plus EV in my arsenal, as well as the most important piece in my mind to staying profitable in the long run, networking to find new edges. In total, over these 8 months, I earned more than $107,000. But here's what those numbers don't show: the freedom that I gained. This wasn't just about the money. This is about reclaiming my life. And I'm no longer stressed about my job or interviews or wondering if my military skills will translate in the civilian world, because I've created my own path. I can spend quality time with my family without asking for time off. I can pursue personal growth and learn new skills because I'm not tied to someone else's schedule. The discipline I learned in the Navy, showing up every day, following systems, and staying consistent even when things get tough, these are exactly the qualities that make someone successful at this approach. Now, I need to be completely honest because this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires discipline to execute consistently, placing 20 to 30 bets daily for plus EV. It requires capital to start with. Remember, I started with $2,000, but you need working capital. It takes time to learn these systems and read the markets properly, as well as mental toughness to handle variance and the inevitable limits you will face. Keep in mind, this isn't passive income either. I put in 3 to 4 hours most days, treating it like the business that it is. But those are my hours and on my schedule. I think back to 8 months ago when I was stressed and uncertain and feeling trapped by the traditional employment options. And today I'm financially free and in control of my own schedule and building something that's entirely mine. This journey taught me that the best opportunities often hide in plain sight. You just need the right tools, the right knowledge of how to read the markets, and the discipline to execute mathematical edges consistently. If you want to see the exact step-by-step process, check out my first video shown above, where I demonstrate exactly how to use the OddsJam software and dive deep into live arbitrage betting. And if you're serious about this path, I'll put links to our podcast and other resources in the description below. Remember, this isn't about luck and it's not about gambling. It's about math, market inefficiencies, and taking control of your financial future using proven strategies that even Harvard Business School recognizes. Now, please hit that like button and subscribe, and I look forward to bringing you more dedicated videos on specific ways to earn and edge betting. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one.